Hey, Angie Nelson here from theworkathomewife.com. Can you believe it's fall already? That is going to come as a surprise to many of us. I know it did to me. And one of the things that we need to start thinking about here shortly is that the holiday shopping season is going to be upon us here soon. And that can be a major point of stress for some of us that are living on a budget, or maybe we haven't done as much financial planning over the last year as we would have liked now that the time is quickly approaching. So in today's video and in another video that's going to be coming up here shortly on the channel, we're going to be talking about some great ways that you can make some extra money for the holiday shopping season. Whether you're in need of cash because you'd like to do a little shopping, or maybe the winter months mean that your electricity bill is a little bit higher than normal. Regardless of what the reason is that you are in need of some extra cash, we're going to be talking about some great ways that you could make that happen. Make sure you stay until the end of the video so you can find out more about the great opportunities we're talking about today, in addition to some other great ways that you can make money from home and on your own time. Now, the day that I am filming this video, it's October 1st. So the first opportunity we're going to be talking about today is going to be some great work at home opportunities as a customer service representative. Now, the reason this one is going to be first on our list is because a lot of these companies are starting training this month, some of them within the next few weeks. So if you haven't already got your application into these companies, it's going to be something that needs to get put on the top of your to-do list to do right away. And of course, I'll leave you a link in the description below to some great companies that are known to be hiring at this time of the year. But you're going to want to look into some companies like Amazon. They frequently hire some temporary seasonal customer service representatives, as do companies like HSN, Wayfair, Williams-Sonoma. Now, even if customer service isn't at the top of your work at home wish list, I want you to at least consider it if you're in a crunch for some money and you need to get something going rather quickly. As I said, a lot of these companies are going to be training in the next few weeks, so the application process can be a lot shorter in some cases. And many of these positions are going to be only temporary at the get-go. So that means that while you may not want to do this, full-time, year-round, maybe you can make it work for just a couple of months in order to get that cash flow coming in while you're still applying for some other work-at-home jobs. And another bonus to these positions that many of us like is that they're going to be regular paydays. It isn't going to be something that's really, a long time before you get your first check, or maybe the workflow's there some days and not the next. At this time of year, a lot of these companies have a lot of hours available, and they are going to pay you on a steady basis, whether that's weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. So like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below for a list of companies that you can check out. Now, while we're talking about shopping, let's talk about some of the ways that you can make money shopping. There are some great companies out there like Instacart or Shipt that will pay you to do the grocery shopping for someone else. In the case of Instacart, they do have two different kinds of shopper positions available. One is a full service shopper, and these are a lot more flexible usually in scheduling. This person actually goes into the store, does all the shopping, gets everything bagged up, and then actually delivers the groceries to the home of the customer. Now, obviously, for that position, you are going to need to have a reliable car. If you don't, they also hire some part-time in-store shoppers, and those people aren't doing the deliveries. They're just doing the shopping, getting everything bagged up, and then the customer may come into the store and pick up their groceries themselves. Now, these can be nice little part-time gigs. There's several people within my own community that have said that they are doing these type of jobs on the side in order to make some extra cash. So if you don't mind grocery shopping, you know your way around the store, you know your way around produce, this could be a great opportunity for you to make a little extra cash. Now, while we're talking about driving, we certainly can't overlook the opportunities that are available out there for companies like Uber or Lyft. There are a lot of great opportunities like this, doing everything from chauffeuring customers around to even just delivering packages. We're seeing a lot of those type of opportunities come up with companies even like Amazon that's hiring their own drivers now to deliver packages with their Amazon Flex program. So there's going to be some great gigs out there that you'll want to look into. I actually have a pretty lengthy post on my blog, The Work at Home Wife, that really goes into some of the details that make each of these opportunities unique. There's some things you certainly need to be aware of with some, that you may not have to worry about with others. You're obviously going to need a reliable car with any of these positions. Now, this time of year, we are going to see a bigger demand with these companies as well. Whether you're talking about shipping, the delivery companies like Amazon Flex, they're going to have a larger demand for packages that need delivered this time of year. When you're talking about Uber or Lyft, there's a lot of shoppers out there. I know me and my husband, when we are traveling this time of year, if we're going to a colder location, we certainly don't want to be out walking. So we will hire an Uber driver or a Lyft driver to get us where we need to go so that we're not out walking around in the weather. And that's something that the shoppers are going to be thinking about as well. Or even those that are going to be frequenting holiday parties or New Year's Eve parties that aren't going to want to be driving after they're drinking. So those are some things that you are going to want to look into. And as I said, there's a great variety. If you do have a reliable vehicle and a valid driver's license, there's a great variety there. Even if you don't like the idea of having to chauffeur people around, you can make money by delivering packages. There are some great opportunities out there to do food deliveries, whether it's through Grubhub or Postmates or opportunities like that. These can be some great ways to pick up extra cash. And one of the things that people really love about these opportunities is that they are really flexible. With several of these companies, you don't even need to have a set schedule or even let them know when you're available to work ahead of time. If it's Saturday night and your plans got canceled, you can just log into the app on your phone and get to work. Now, since we just mentioned Amazon, I wanted to remind you of the Amazon trade-in program. If your motivation for making money this time of year is going to be shopping, you definitely want to take advantage of some of these trade-in opportunities that are out there. If you don't want to take the time to list some of the things you don't want anymore on sites like eBay or things like that, where there can be quite a bit of back and forth and you shipping products and getting payment from customers, things like that, Amazon does have a trade-in program where they will accept unwanted books, electronics, DVDs, and video games, among some other things. And they'll let you know right away on the website what they will give you for that trade-in if it's in good condition. Once you send it in, Amazon will pay for the shipping. They will go ahead and credit that money to your account, or you'll receive free Amazon gift cards. And since Amazon carries just about everything, it's a great way that you can get some of your holiday shopping paid for. Now, if you're a person that kind of likes to do a little pre-shopping before you do your shopping, you may want to make some extra money by picking up some mystery shops. You can make some good money this time of year as a secret shopper. In most cases, what you're doing is going into a store. You might be checking the price of a product. Maybe you're seeing simply if the clerks at the store welcome you into the store and seeing if you need any assistance. Each of these mystery shops will have a specific thing that you are looking for. Now, I have a pretty lengthy list of mystery shopping companies on my website that we know to be legit. You can also check out an app that's called Field Agent. That will give you a list of available tasks right on your phone. Those will each tell you, what the flat rate is that you're going to be paid, and you can go ahead and do everything you need right from your smartphone. Unlike some of the traditional mystery shopping gigs of years past where you had to go into the store, kind of remember what happened, then come home and fill out the report on your computer, Field Agent will let you do that all right from your smartphone. Now, while we're talking about smartphones, there are some great apps that you can use to make extra cash. One of my favorites is Ibotta. It's an app that you load onto your phone, and it will allow you to earn some cash back with your grocery shopping. Before you head out to the store, you can look and see what what offers are available. It will usually give you a specific amount of money back for purchasing specific brands or specific items at the grocery store. When you get home, you just scan your receipt, and that cash is usually back in your Ibotta account within a couple of hours, if not 24 hours. Once you hit the cash out threshold, you can go ahead and get that money by PayPal. Another app that's really popular in my community is Swagbucks. If you aren't familiar with this one, it is a website that allows you to earn some Swagbucks or SB by doing various activities, whether that's watching videos, doing surveys, shopping online. There are a number of different things that you can do that will allow you to earn these SB. And those Swagbucks can then be redeemed for cash or gift cards at some great online merchants. Now, many people in my community will just let these earnings roll throughout the year and cash out their earnings at the end of the year when it is time to do that holiday shopping. Or maybe they'll just let it roll until an emergency arises and they do need that extra cash. These are not going to be opportunities to pay your bills, these apps. They're simply going to be extra money makers that you can do just during your free time, whether it's, as I said, scanning a receipt when you get home from the grocery store, or maybe in the evening during commercial breaks of your favorite television program, you're watching a few videos through Swagbucks or answering one of their surveys. These are just things that don't require a lot of time, but will allow you to monetize some of that free time that you do have. Now, the last opportunity we are going to talk about in this video is working on demand. One of the main things that people in my community are looking for when they are looking for some ways to make extra money around the holidays is they don't want something that's going to require an ongoing commitment. They just want to make some extra money in their free time during this few months that we have around the holidays. Once that's over, they just want to go back to their regular schedule. So they don't really want anything that's going to have that long-term commitment. That's something that I mentioned with some of those customer service jobs in the first part of this video. And working on demand is a great way to do that. You can just kind of pick up the gig as you need the extra cash, and as soon as you're done, you can go about your business without having to worry about an ongoing schedule. Now, we've talked about a few of these already. Uber, Lyft, those are definitely something that would fall into this on-demand category. You can also look around in your community to see what other things are available. There are some great apps like Rover or Wag that are kind of in the pet sitting or the pet walking industry. You can check out TaskRabbit. They will list different gigs for a variety of different categories there. And there are several different websites that you can find these different gigs available. You can also check out Craigslist. You do also, there is some risk there always. A lot of these apps, they are, doing some kind of a verification process on both the buyers and sellers. So there is kind of a little bit more safety net there than there is on something like Craigslist. But with Craigslist, you can find some great one-off gigs available as well, especially when we're getting into things like brand ambassadors or event staff. A lot of companies will list those type of opportunities on Craigslist. Maybe you can make $100 by going and being an event staff at a concert one evening in your town. Or if you are a town that has a big sporting event that's going to be coming through, a lot of them will hire some type of short-term tasks, and often those will be listed on Craigslist. You'll just want to make sure that all of the details are going to be in writing, even if that's just email, as far as what you're paid, when you're going to be paid, who you're going to be working for, those type of things. So make sure that those things are all in writing, just to kind of give yourself some kind of a safety net there. Now, those are just a few of my favorite ways that you can make some extra money this time of year. In the description below, I'm going to leave you a lot of links to several different posts. They're on my website, some different websites that you're going to want to check out for some more information on these opportunities, and then some. There are a lot of great opportunities out there, so give yourself some time to go through and see where your skill set is best matched to what opportunities, and what opportunities are really going to allow you to earn what you're worth, because that's always something we need to keep in mind too when we are looking into some of these extra money opportunities. If it's going to require a lot of your time and your brain power, you're going to want to make sure that you're compensated accordingly. So check out the description below and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. As I said, I'll be doing a couple more of these videos with some great extra money earners for the holiday season. So make sure that you are subscribed so you'll get notification of the next video. And if you have any great holiday money makers, I'd love for you to leave me a comment and let me know. The community is always looking for some great new ways to make money, and they would love for you to share your ideas as well. Until next time, I wish you best of luck in finding some great money-making opportunities.